Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and it is almost Halloween. It's October, and October is by far and away the spookiest month of the year, and we've got a bundle to go along with that. This one is over on Fanatical. It is the Halloween Content Creator Bundle. Now, another cool bit of news is Fanatical reached out to me because you guys are so awesome, and they basically offered me a code. So if you want to save an additional 10% off anything you buy linked from here, so any of the game development related stuff on Fanatical, use the code GameFromScratch10. I'll try to always remember to just build it into the URL that you use, but you get 10% off whatever the price is, and Fanatical stuff is dirt cheap to start with, so now it's dirt cheap minus 10%, which is pretty cool. So if you don't get the code automatically, use the code GameFromScratch10 on anything you use for Fanatical from this channel, and you save an additional 10%, which is pretty sweet. So anyways, we're looking at the Halloween Content Creator Bundle, and this one is a mix of stuff, obviously around the theme of Halloween, and we're going to take a look at what's in there. It's kind of around a couple different themes: audio, graphics, and game asset. Graphics is more for like graphic design, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to have a bonus video today. I'm going to show you a superpower in Godot in a later video, but what we're looking at today is a collection of assets. It's $12.65 Canadian, and you can take another $1.26 off of that thanks to the code. So we're looking at like $10 US for the entire bundle. And what you're getting is music packs, artist stuff, and then game sprite packs. Pretty straightforward on the whole, and what you might think is, okay, well, some of that is definitely not of any use to me, and that may or may not be true. I'm going to show you actually how you can use these things, Luts, in a later video to do some really super powered stuff in a game engine. But you're also getting, again, music packs and some graphic packs. So we're going to take a look at all of that. We'll go through from the very beginning here. You're getting Gore, which is soundtrack, I believe, frightening sounds, a number of different sounds. We're going to look at this one. No, we're going to look at sounds of Halloween. One of these two anyways. Scary voices. So these are all more like sound effects to use in your games as opposed to music tracks. On the topic of music tracks, music, all royalty-free licenses, by the way, so you can use it in your commercial game. The only area you run into with these kind of things is you can't redistribute them as assets, so you couldn't use them in an open source game in which you distributed the assets. So that's the one gotcha you got to be aware of. And then we get into LUTs. Now, you may be wondering, what the heck is a LUT? Well, LUT stands for lookup tables. A couple of these are also like special effects, so overlays for lightnings, etc. But these are mostly used in the world of graphics. So here is a quick demonstration of a LUT. Now, I use LUTs all the time, to be honest, especially for graphic stuff. So here is the thumbnail for this video. And where you might use a LUT is basically just to change the look and feel of how something goes. So here you can see I go here, apply a color style, and I choose a LUT or a lookup table, and you can load in the LUTs from here. I'll show you how they work for various different platforms. This also works for things like video production and even game development. Most game engines support LUTs to a certain degree. So you just basically see the effect of the LUT on the overall image. It's basically a way of recoloring things around a game. So if you want to go for that old Kodak Chrome look, you can apply it right there. So here we see a LUT applied, super applied. You can see the strength of the LUT, but you can see how LUTs can really make a difference to an image quality, and this can also be used in movies and, as I mentioned, in game engines. So this is what LUTs are all about. Quick demonstration, and back to the bundle. All right, so those are all LUTs right there around the different themes. A lot of these are obviously Halloween, and then we've got some Wonderland, Halloween again. Oh, but these are Lightroom presets, completely different thing, and probably of zero use to you unless you use Lightroom. And then we've got some more LUTs here. And then finally, we get into the asset packs. Well, a lot of you as game developers, this is what you're going to be most interested in. Basically, GUI sprites, character sprites, skeleton warriors, and then we got some special effects, Halloween packs for various levels and so on. So that is the Halloween Content Creator Bundle. Let's go take a look at some of the assets. So here we are in the downloads. I've downloaded several of them. This one literally just finished coming down. So everything comes down as zip files. We'll open that one up. So I didn't have a soundtrack one downloaded, so I'll check that out right there. Oh no, it's all sound effects too. Okay, so it doesn't look like many of these are actually music. It looks like they're almost all sound effects, which is interesting. First off, to the LUTs. You can see details on how to go about using them. As you can see, you can use LUTs in a number of different programs. Affinity Photo, Photoshop, Luminar, which is what we just saw in action, Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, Final Cut, Lightroom, and so on. So all of the files you need to use the LUTs are all here in a number of different formats ready to go. So if you want to extend the LUTs in your content creation tools of choice, that is the thing. Also, again, stay tuned for today's video on Godot using a LUT. It's some pretty cool stuff. And then we get here into we've got, okay, so this one is music. So the Digital Nightmares is music. So you see things like digital loops right here. It essentially seems like it's a bit of, there's a weird bugs. I wonder if these are ogvarps. Whenever I open audio files now, they're slow as heck. So here we got a number of different soundtracks. We got different voices and so on. We have the Halloween effects pack. This one is built into frames of animation. You can see there the various effects in action. So that's like a lightning bug, a smiling jack-o'-lantern, and so on. We go back over here. We've got PNG sprite sheet formats of those special effects. So if you want to have a glowing animated pumpkin in your game, you obviously can use these as a sequence of frames of animation. And then we also have the PSD, the Photoshop document version. So if you want to go ahead and make changes or so on to it, you can do so there. So that's the Halloween effects pack. Now we're going to look at one of the sprite packs. So here is the Halloween pack. And you see here you've got a number of different sprites and so on. So let's say we needed a zombie for our game. Let's open up the zombie. You're going to see here you get the zombie. So you get some previews of how the zombie works. So we've got various different frames of animation being showcased here and so on. And then you'll notice we've got it in two different formats. We've got it in rendered PNG. So this is basically ready to just drop in your game. So we got a number of walking frames in a number of different layers. So here's big walking frames. And you use those obviously for animations ready to go. But the cool thing with these packs is you also get the vector files here. So you can open up any one of these things. So let's open up the Adobe Illustrator version. So you're seeing you get SVG, which will work in actually pretty much any vector graphics program, but that would be the ideal one for Inkscape. Encapsulated PostScript and Adobe Illustrator, those are pretty much the standard file formats for vector graphics. Here we go, it's opened up. And what you can do, because they're vector graphics, is everything is basically built out of bits. So you can rearrange and work them into different sizes, different shapes, and so on. Another nice thing about vector graphics is they're easily recolored. So as you can see, I can change this guy pretty simply to different colors as I wish. Try not to get on the, let's give him a red head. It's like so. So you can easily tweak these things out and render and create your own sprites. They're broken into different pieces, so you can use them as something like spine or sprite or whatever to add your own animations. And I do not want to save that. So that is the pack. So we got a number of different things here. So we got UI or GUI elements for Halloween games, a bunch of zombie related sprites available right there, skeleton warrior sprites, a witch sprite, spooky places for like more of a level or environment side, icons, special effects, and then the overarching Halloween pack that we just saw in action a second ago. Again, we got a number of sound effects. Oh, I didn't get into that. All right, let me just go back here. Let's go show you one of the sound effect packs. And there's actually some really creepy stuff in here. So here's the sounds of Halloween. So if you need special effects for your game, come in here. We've got it into a number of different categories. So we've got things like jump scare sounds, little girl voices, music box, piano effects, basically all of this creepy stuff that you might want to layer into your game. Chalkboards, scratching, coffins and caskets opening, all of the typical evil sounds you might want. So let's go ahead and find... where was it? Magic. I thought I saw toys. Evil broken toys. Yeah, that'll work. So if you want to add evil broken toy sounds to your... No, it's not that one. I want to do music boxes. Because music boxes have always creeped the hell out of me, to be honest. There we go. Music boxes. All right. So here you can see you get 4 waves ready to go. These are also licensed so that you can use them in your game. And let's go check out what creepy music box sounds like. Yeah. So anyways, that is the bundle. There are a number of other bundles on Fanatical about game development. I know there's also another one coming soon, which stay tuned for. Once again, do keep in mind when you buy a bundle here, so the content creation stuff, plus things like the Unity asset bundle. There's a couple other ones I covered recently. There's a number of bundles over here that are of interest to game developers. The game graphics designer bundle, Game Creators Bundle, which is a collection of game mentions from the game creator, and so on. If you use the code GameFromScratch10, you get 10% off, and I hope that will keep going for all future bundles from them as well, which is definitely a nice deal. So that is the bundle available right now. Let me know what you think. Comments down below. It's an interesting pack, and stay tuned for the video on using Luts in Godot. I think you're going to find that kind of neat. So that is the bundle. Let me know what you think, and again, don't forget forget to use the code. If I don't remember to build it into the link, it's Game from Scratch 10, and I think it'll work with all Fanatical bundles that are related to game development. So save yourself an extra 10%. Let me know what you think. Comments down below. Talk to you all later. Goodbye.